Well, this next story we can almost guarantee will put a smile on your face. It's a story you'll only see here on Wish TV. It involves the amazing recovery of a 7-month-old baby boy, the recipient of the most expensive drug in the world.
And his mother says if it wasn't for us here at News 8, it may not have happened. Dan Klein has been following this story from the very beginning and was there as little Anthony Schmitz left the hospital today.
Home sweet home.
Finally going home.
Words that Louise Johnson will never take for granted. But that's where she's going. It's a place her son Anthony Schmitz has never been. In fact, this is the first time he's ever left the hospital since he was born September 4th.
Gene therapy, it worked.
We first met Louise 2 days after Christmas. Anthony has SMA1, a severe form of spinal muscular atrophy. Indiana Medicaid denied him a genetic therapy called Zolgensma because he was on a ventilator. 4 days after we spoke with her and reached out to the state's Family and Social Services Administration, which oversees the Medicaid program, he was approved.
We didn't think it was going to happen, and when you called Medicaid and told them, hey, like, we're going to air this, that you're denying this baby, they approved it. So thanks to Wish TV, we got it.
We were also there January 8th when Anthony got Zolgensma. It's the most expensive drug in the world. 1 hour, 1 dose, $2.1 million. At the time, no one knew how he would respond, even doctors, especially because Anthony is one of the most serious cases to get the infusion. Now, just 10 weeks later,
He moves his arms and legs, his hands, he grabs stuff he would have never done.
and now.
This is Anthony and Dad.
Most importantly, he's up to breathing on his own 8 hours a day, though he's on oxygen for the 3-hour drive home to Evansville. Did you ever think this day would come?
No, I really thought we would still get a trach.
It's also time to say goodbye to Louise's second home in all this, the Ronald McDonald House, the place she's called home for 28 days a month, separated from her 3 sons and fiancé Derek Schmitz. It's been 3 months to the day the brothers last got to visit Anthony. Flu restrictions and then the coronavirus, even keeping Derek outside the hospital.
This will always be my second home, always. I love the Ronald McDonald House.
So while millions can't wait to leave their house in this pandemic, Louise just can't quite relate. She's ready to go home.
I don't think it's hit yet, but we're actually, I think once we get on the highway, we're going home. It'll really hit.
That was Dan Klein reporting for us. According to the group Cure SMA, spinal muscular atrophy is the #1 genetic cause of death in infants and affects about 1 in 11,000 births. The story continues right now on WishTV.com, where you can watch our previous stories about Louise and Anthony.